Good morning. Today is July 8th, and this is the Monday weekly briefing that goes through the period through Sunday, the 14th. Taking a quick look at the week ahead. I'm sorry, can everybody see my screen? All right, so getting started again, July 8th. This is the weekly briefing covering the period through Sunday, July 14th. Taking a look at the week ahead. Looks like, today we have some isolated to maybe widely scattered showers and storms possible. We're kind of stuck between, an upper level trough to the west and, low pressure offshore. So we're in a relative area of high pressure today over central North Carolina. Today and tomorrow and even into Wednesday, we've got isolated to widely scattered showers and storms possible. Then as we get into mid to late week, we start to see the chances for showers and storms, the coverage and the amounts of rainfall increase a bit. Today, tomorrow, and Wednesday, we will see temperatures in the upper 80s to low 90s for the most part. The hottest day looks to be Wednesday. The lows overnight will likely stay in the low to mid 70s, so we're not going to see a whole lot of reprieve from the heat overnight. So we'll keep that in mind as we go forward to those specific slides. Then as we get into mid to late week, the primary reason we are going to see an uptick in the rainfall is the remnants of Beryl as it moves through the mid-Mississippi Valley, the Ohio Valley, and into the Northeast. It will help push that trough eastward, and what we end up with is a frontal boundary that sits and stalls out over the area. And so that's going to be a focus for showers and storms, and with it stalling out, it's going to focus for a couple of days. And then as we get into later the weekend, things may dry out a little more, probably still some chances for the usual diurnal showers and storms, but we will see a return of some of the hotter weather. So to the heat, today we aren't expecting heat indices quite as high as what we are expecting for Tuesday and Wednesday. This is a look at the heat index forecasts for those 2 days, and as you can see, we've got widespread areas of upper 90s to 105 to 107 in some spots, and so it is going to be potentially dangerously hot out there again tomorrow and Wednesday. And so the heat risk here, which we've been showing for the last few weeks, is in the moderate to major range for all of central North Carolina for both Tuesday and Wednesday. Both days look fairly similar as far as the risks go. And so what this means is that individuals that are sensitive to heat, folks without air conditioning, they're going to be at risk, and so we want to be checking on those folks and making sure that they have a place to get some reprieve from the heat. Transitioning to the thunderstorm potential and specifically severe potential. Right now we are outlooked as into general thunder, for the next 3 days. It is worth noting that the days 4 through 8 outlook, we are only usually highlighted in something if the risk is at the slight risk or greater. And so even though you're not seeing us outlooked here for Thursday through Monday, that doesn't mean that we're not going to have showers and storms. It just means that the threat for anything to be severe is too low to give us an outlook at this point in time. So as I mentioned before, we are expecting increased coverage and amounts of showers and storms for Thursday and Friday. So this isn't necessarily an indication that we won't have any of that. It's just that the severe potential is still too low. Looking at the rainfall chances and the rainfall amounts over the next 5 days, you can see the kind of the spotty coverage for the next 2 or 3 days. That's this the isolated to scattered shower and storm activity. And then as we get into Thursday and Friday, you see that coverage a bit more uniform with some potentially higher amounts over central North Carolina. And what that gives us is a 5-day total rainfall anywhere from 1 inch to potentially upwards of 2 to 2.5 inches in some spots. So I know some folks need the rain still, and other folks have gotten quite a bit. That's kind of the nature of things, unfortunately. So hopefully those who need it will get it, and those who don't, maybe will get a break. We'll see how that works out. As far as the excessive rainfall outlook goes, no surprise that the next few days, without really, wide coverage of showers and storms, we aren't outlooked in the excessive rainfall. However, we are actually in a marginal for the days 4 and 5 outlook, that Thursday and Friday period. So we don't have maps to show that, but it is worth noting that we are in a marginal risk for that day 4 or 5, that Thursday, Friday time period. This drought image is the same one that you saw on Thursday last week. That has not changed. They will get the new outlook out by the Thursday briefing this week. So this doesn't account for any of the rain that we've had over the weekend or late last week. So keep that in mind. Hopefully we will see some improvement, but none of that is guaranteed at this point in time. As far as the tropics go, the only thing of note, the only area of interest is Beryl. Hurricane Beryl made landfall early this morning over the Texas Gulf Coast. It is continuing to move inland. It is likely going to produce quite a bit of rainfall over the lower Mississippi Valley and up into the mid-Mississippi Valley over the next couple of days. But that is the only area that has been outlooked for the next 7 days in the tropical from the Hurricane Prediction Center. Looking at the Climate Prediction Center's outlook for the next 8 to 14 days, some good with some maybe less desirable information here. So looks like we've got chances for, above normal temperatures, but we also have some chances for potentially above normal precipitation as well. So highs this time of year across central North Carolina are anywhere from the upper 80s to low 90s, lows, upper 60s to low 70s. So we will probably continue to see kind of on the slightly higher than average temperature range, but hopefully nothing as extreme as anything record breaking. And quick going just over the general threats over the next several days. As you can see, it kind of pops out right at you. The biggest concern here is going to be excessive heat, and that's going to be in the next 3 to 4 days. So we've got, and I will go back to that slide for those of folks that want to see it after we go through the entire briefing. But that is outlined as significant for the next several days. We are still going to continue to see that hot, humid air in place, which could be, a risk for some folks. And just to summarize, again, we will have isolated, widely scattered shower and storm activity today, tomorrow, and likely into Wednesday, with temperatures near to above normal, and the bigger story there being the potential heat risk and the heat indices of 100 to 105 to 7, both Tuesday and Wednesday. And then as we get later in the week and into the weekend, we will see chances for showers and storms increase, temperatures maybe decrease a bit as the remnants of Beryl move through the Ohio Valley and into the Northeast, and we get that surface boundary setting up, giving us a kind of focus area for some showers and storms. And so that is it for the briefing. I'm going to go ahead and end the recording.